Moving on to Cuba's foreign minister visiting France. Bruno Rodriguez in Paris today as part of a European tour that will also take him to the Netherlands, Luxembourg and Belgium. Joining me now is Francisco Dominguez from Middlesex University. He's the head of the Center for Brazilian and Latin American Studies. Hello, thank you very much indeed for being with us. First of all, how would you describe the state of relations now between Cuba and France? Where do they stand?
I think they are getting better all the time, and the reason is the European Union has abandoned the common position where there were preconditions for improvement in the relations between the various European countries as well as the European Union and Cuba. And clearly this is after that block was removed, then things are getting better all the time. And I think it's a reflection of the normalization of relations between Cuba and the United States as well.
I was going to ask you about that, what the rapprochement between the US and Cuba has changed for Europe.
I think so. If the most important ally of Europe, namely the United States, has changed a 60-year policy of hostility towards Cuba to one of apparent friendship and normalization relations, there is no reason why the European Union should not do it. There are very interesting business, trades, contracts to be obtained in Cuba. I think that's partly as well the reason why there are normalizations with France, and then other countries in Europe are following suit.
You mentioned business and trade. Is it fair, though, to say that in the normalization, the negotiations for the normalization of relations between Cuba and Europe, human rights is a real sticking point?
I think so, but the United States and Cuba have traded more than ever paradoxically, between the period of George W. Bush, when he was in the president, than in any other time before or even after. So I think that it's going to flourish now, much more than ever.
And how would you say Cubans are benefiting from the rapprochement? Can it be felt already, the effects of the US and Cuba normalizing relations?
I think in terms of traveling, in terms of the fear and, suspicion, I think that is beginning to go. There is still a battle to be waged within the United States, and I think the Cubans are going to start feeling the benefits of it when trade is normalized. And remember that Cuba has to buy just about everything elsewhere when it can get anything that it wants from the United States, which is 45 minutes away, and thinks that's part of the problem. Therefore, once this is normalized, once the blockade begins to be dismantled slowly, I think Cuba is going to be starting to feel the benefits. And with Europe, that doesn't apply. There are normal commercial relations with Europe. All that's going to happen now is they're going to deepen and expand.